So nothing dominated the news this week more than the Epstein files. Trump's base is understandably pissed off that Trump won't incriminate himself by releasing information on the worst child sex trafficker in history. So Trump is trying to distract MAGA with a man I guess he thinks they hate even more, Dr. Martin Luther King. Yep, despite nobody asking for it, even against the wishes of the King family, Trump released over 200,000 pages of the FBI surveillance on MLK. So, while removing the achievements of civil rights leaders from museums and government websites, he's adding information aimed at destroying their reputation, acquired by violating those leaders' civil rights. What's most impressive is that Trump is highlighting three terrible things the FBI does at once. First, they spy on and attempt to destroy people advocating for a better world, like MLK. Second, they help hide the crimes of rich white men, like Epstein. And third, they will do absolutely anything the president happens to want at any time. Now, despite that, and a potentially dangerous FBI, Ghislaine Maxwell actually wants to testify on the Epstein files. And here's what Mike Johnson had to say.
Every single one of us are for maximum transparency, and we'll use every power that we have to ensure that that's done.
We're for maximum transparency? He's telling us he's for the unbiased truth, warts and all. Everything must be brought to the light, which is why he shut down Congress to avoid releasing the files.
If they see fit to bring in Ghislaine Maxwell for testimony, that's fine.
That's fine? If you're for transparency, that shouldn't be fine. That should be good. He should be forcing this. I mean, she was the wife and co-conspirator of the main guy. Who else would have more information?
I will note the obvious concern, the caveat that Chairman Comer and I and everyone has, that could she be counted on to tell the truth? Is she a credible witness?
Yeah, no shit. It's an investigation. That's what it's all about. Every witness has that question. And for whom would she really be tempted to lie? The President of the United States, who has pardon power over her and a very clear desired outcome, or who? Who else besides the actual cabal of pedophilic elites is giving her a reason to lie? Oh wait, here's some good news. Tulsi Gabbard is actually coming forward to whistleblow about the fake Epstein video the intelligence community put out.
They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence that disproved their false claims. They disobeyed traditional tradecraft intelligence community standards and withheld the truth from the American people.
Wow, she's saying how the National Intelligence Team directed the creation of intelligence records they knew were false, rejected intelligence standards, and suppressed evidence that disproved their claims. This is incredible. It's almost too good to believe. Apparently, Tulsi Gabbard, famous honest person and Russian asset, uncovered Obama's dastardly plan to steal the 2016 election, which Trump still won. You see, Trump was arrested for many crimes rightfully and released wrongly. And because he has unabashedly rejected reality in every single case, he is now easily able to convince his supporters to go along with any story. If what Gabbard is saying wasn't such an obvious projection of exactly what Trump's team is doing, it'd feel more dangerous. Luckily, this run-of-the-mill presidential coup allegation hasn't proven to be a good distraction from all the presidential sex crime allegations. And that's one thing that's actually special about this story. It's that Trump can't shake it. There has never been a story that American people love more than a White House sex scandal. And even Trump, especially after building his base out of firebrands obsessed with this issue, can't make that go away. News corporations are saying good old Teflon Don can't slip this, and I'm glad that he's not, and that they're focusing on it, but he shouldn't have been able to slip anything. News corporations air what they think keep people tuned in. It's not that this is what's sticking in the news cycle, it's that this is what Fox's billionaire media mogul, Rupert Murdoch, who I didn't even know owned the Wall Street Journal, chose to make the news cycle. I'm glad it's coming to light. It should be the thing that stops Trump. I want it to be. I'm mad that nothing has before. And it's not because Trump's action slips out of people's anger, it's because corporate press knows new news stories are more profitable than old, and will let Trump's old actions slip out of focus to shove the next thing down our throats. You see, the news industry thrives on Trump because he is a constant flood of stories. Whenever he might have to face the consequences of his actions, Trump will always choose to do something worse and more spectacularly ridiculous. And the media is happy to follow the new, more attention-grabbing headline. And you know how the media really isn't doing their job? Because Trump is fighting the mandatory reporting of child abuse in churches while suppressing the reporting of child abuse in the Epstein files. He owned Miss Teen USA, brags about walking into the changing rooms of his contestants, brags about assaulting women, and somehow pundits are still questioning whether or not he's a predator. There is no question. And presenting it as such is bad reporting. Like, if there's one thing we have to give him credit for, it's consistency. I think this is the only issue he's never wavered on. He has been very clear that he supports child abusers. He's even doging the FBI department tasked with stopping child sex trafficking. And going back to the top, mandatory reporting of abuse is so important. It's important not just to help the government get kids to safety, but to ensure adults in trusted positions are trained on how to help and what not to do, which can be just as impactful. I'm a teacher, and I've been told stories by my kids that break my brain. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have those trainings to deal with these situations. Mandatory reporting is just good and easy and cheap. The only thing ending it does is protect child predators and hurt children. I don't know how anyone can support this man. There has never been an easier way to end this issue. Just release the files. And there's no question. But instead, Trump is openly just vying for time to concoct a narrative the right-wing apparatus can hold on to. I mean, it's weird. We can see in real time them trying out different covers and diversions, workshopping their narrative. And it's like we're just waiting to see what reality a third of the country is going to be living in. If you're a Trump supporter, remember that Trump could unequivocally end this confusion whenever he wants. That he hasn't for a reason, and that he wants you to think you're stupid for critically analyzing his actions. Thanks for watching. Please give me a like and a follow. It really helps. And if you think I'm an idiot, tell me why in the comments. Have a great day.